On today's episode, we're going to hit some Q&A. These are questions that you have asked, and they're probably not an episode on their own. We're going to bulk together some questions right now on the Biz Talk.
Sorry.
I did a little backwards thing. I did an intro actually right before this where I said, you have questions that you've answered.
So apparently we're asking the questions.
We're going to ask you the questions.
You answer them.
You've already got the answers.
And we're done.
And it's finished. Thank you. Next time. All right.
So lame.
That was very...
This is horrible.
I think that was our lamest little intro that we've done thus far. Agree? Disagree?
Thus far?
Let us know in the comments below.
Thus far.
That's how I talk it.
Thou let us know.
Thou let us know in comments below. All right, I'm going to stop. Okay.
Please do. Oh, my ear itches really bad.
Itch your ear.
Thank you.
First question is, should I have a more lenient policy, cancellation policy, due to COVID? Trace, I already know Tracy's policy on cancellations normally. Let's talk normally. What would that be normally? Imagine there's no COVID.
I've already been told to keep this really cut and dry. I've been warned. I think so. Yeah, you got to be a little more. I mean, come on. You got to be a little flexible here. I don't want you sitting in my chair, even if you think you have it. So yes,
of course. But let me just ask you though. Like normally, if it's somebody that's a repeat offender,
if they're sick, I don't want you in my chair anyway.
Course.
However, there were clients that, man, they were sick all the time. Just happened to be around, I don't know, happy hour time. and for me, then what I usually do, because it's really hard to go, pay me because you're sick. No, you're not going to do that. I would go, you know what? We're not going to schedule you a standing appointment. Give me a call when you are available, and if I can fit you in, great. And that usually fixes the problem.
It's actually really good. Yeah. And then obviously due to COVID, for me personally, I don't even want to play that, right? Mm-mm. Like if somebody, I think the short answer is, like what Tracy said is, yes, you probably should have a more lenient policy, cancellation policy due to COVID.
Yeah. If you think you have it,
just
stay home.
The answer is no problem. Stay home.
Stay home.
And I think that's pretty simple.
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody would agree.
Totally.
There's someone right now typing. I do not. That's okay. Tell us why.
Yes. Next question is, how should I prepare for my first interview at a salon? If you're basically going to work there and there's a few people and you're going to interview with the owner, how do you prepare?
Most important, show up late.
Show up late. Mm-hmm. That's good, Trace.
And don't get dressed
What
professional at all.
What about don't show up at all and just don't call?
Yeah, but show up for the first day of work.
Yeah. Don't do any of those things, okay? Yeah. All right.
So what I would say is don't stress.
Yeah.
I remember this. I remember horrible. Be prepared, show up on time, if not a few minutes early. Look professional, put yourself together, and also be prepared just in case that they might have you do a nail while you're there.
Interesting.
I had that where people wanted you, and they're like, and we want you to use our product, and you never touched it. Just take a deep breath, and you got this. But that would be professional, be on time. It's the same for any job interview.
I agree
with you. And be honest. This is one of the things I will say, because I one time heard someone say, it was someone new, they were trying to get a job, and this person told them, well, just tell them you've been doing it for 10 years. Well, first of all, you have to show up with your license.
Right.
You have to, and when it says you just got it, they might go, this person already has lied to me once.
Right.
So be completely transparent, honest, and just know that we've all been there, including the person that's doing the interview.
Yeah, I agree with all those things. And you know what is me as someone that I hire, and what I look for, I just look for someone to have that that desire to learn. Mm-hmm. I think that's for me. Yeah, personality is huge. Yeah. And if somebody, I personally don't care if you come in and your nails are okay, but you're I really want to learn. I'm very hungry. I really want to learn. I'm a student. Like, that's how I am. I go into something and I'm just like, I want to learn.
Right.
That to me is huge. And if I don't know if you're transparent, like if you're just getting started and you just got your license, I don't think anybody expects you to be like banging out sets left and right in the beginning. So honest, transparency.
What you don't want to say is, oh, it takes me 30 minutes to do a full set and I've been doing it all this time and I can do all this amazing stuff, and you can't. You got to be able to produce what you're telling them you can do. Me as an owner, I would rather you be honest and go, okay, you know what? I can work with that. Even now, like here, we have people interview for jobs, or when I was in the salon, and they might not have been the most qualified. Yeah. There might have been someone that was more talented, but because of the personality and being honest and being humble.
Yeah.
I don't like it when people come in with this attitude of, I do this and I'm that. It's
For
be
sure.
humble, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah. I think transparency, honesty, those are the real gifts. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you. Talented. Honestly, I don't even, that's not something that what I'm looking for, because I believe in working hard and learning as you go on the job and helping you to develop your skills while you're here. Right.
Right.
So like that definition, even like to me, Trace, I know what the standard definition is and I know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's coming in and like, yo, I'm a rock star and I'm this. And like, I have the gift of like nails, and that wouldn't do anything for me at all.
Right.
I just don't believe in.
I guess humble probably isn't the right word, but just, there's you know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
The tone of like, I am a god.
Yeah, no. I like
Greg tone. No, just kidding.
I like I like humble.
Yeah.
People that are humble, like there's an openness to learn.
Yeah.
Like I have a really good friend that this guy is like amazing at many things, right? I mean, extremely, but like super hardworking guy. You'd think he's so down to earth, but he's just open to learn. That's what that means to me.
Open to be part of the team.
Right, exactly, and taking information. So hope that helps. This next question is a really good one, very practical. Any suggestions for somebody that wants to practice but not burn through so much product that you are spending money on, and obviously in the practice phase? Trace?
No. This ain't even a yes or no. Unfortunately, you got to spend money. If you want to practice, I see people try to shortcut it, right? We recently had a DM about this, and they were buying the cheapest of the cheap brushes. Right. And you can find some very good, reasonable brushes, but sometimes they're cheap for a reason. And she's like, I ruined it already, so can I buy even cheaper while I'm trying to learn? Or I'll see people that'll go in and they'll buy product that they don't really want to work with, right? But it's very cheap. They buy that to do the practice with. Well, that's not going to behave like the acrylic or gel that you want to use.
Right.
Now, there is ways to be mindful of what you're spending. Do you need to practice all your glitter and art all the time on every nail? No, practice your nudes, practice your pink and white. You can do a pink and white. You can do any art. I promise. Yeah. So don't go 5-inch stiletto every time you do a set, because a lot of times most nails are going to be either average or maybe long, but never, you beware that you're going to get. So save your money that way. Practice your shape, things like that, and reuse the nails.
Right.
So practice your fills too.
Totally. Yeah. I think that in the beginning phases, you're going to waste product, like, because you're practicing. I don't even like to call it waste.
It's not a waste.
It's not a waste, because if you're practicing and you're using good product, let's use Young Nails as an example. That's our little promotion that we're throwing in there. If you're using Young Nails product, for example, you're using very high quality product, right? There's other quality products in the market, whatever you're using. My example is just that I like Tracy's point. You don't want to try to figure things out on quote unquote cheap product, it's not going to work the same.
Right.
You want to use product you want to practice with the product that's going to be responsive and that's going to work consistently over and over and over again, right?
Exactly. And if you're practicing on people, of course you want to use a good product. There are certain things you can do. For instance, if it's just on your trainer hand or on yourself, save your files, reuse them. It's just at home. It's on yourself. Put them in a baggie. Sally, the trainer hand, doesn't mind if you reuse her files.
Correct.
Also, if you are going to practice art, don't do the whole thing in art. Encase and clear. It's cheaper that way because art usually tends to be more. So there's shortcuts you can take.
Totally.
But you cannot shortcut practice.
Yeah, just practice. Don't feel bad about it. I know it can get somewhat expensive, and if you're trying to budget, I totally understand, but it's not going to waste. So, use that product.
I will say one more thing though. If you're practicing on your friends and your family, there is a certain point that do not be shy about at least asking them to cover the cost of the product. Don't be shy about that. I
like that. Just something.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And most are more than willing to do it. Usually we're the ones turning it away. No, it's okay.
Sure.
Have them cover the product.
Just say yes.
Yes. I take gift cards.
Next question. What exactly are ski slope nails? What causes them? Can they be corrected and fixed? This is all a Tracey question. So I'm not qualified. I'm going to say something. Of course,
Habib
I am.
Knows the answer anyway.
I know some of the answer, but just from hearing Tracey and Greg talk about this. But Trace, what's the deal? What are they? What causes them? Can they be fixed?
So ski slope nails are if you are looking at your nail and it starts to go up.
Like a
ski slope.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a ramp.
So it starts and then it at the tip, it inclines. It goes up like a little ramp.
Yeah, just like a little ramp, a ski slope that you're going to take off on. So usually it's hereditary. It's good Lord gave it to you. You're welcome.
Yeah, say thank you. Yeah, exactly.
It could be damaged sometimes. Typically damage doesn't cause the ski slope, but it can be damaged. Can you fix it? To an extent.
Okay.
To an extent. So we usually ski slope nails, I'm going to put acrylic on them. Why? Because I can cast it and try to train it to start going down. However, eventually it's going to start going up again. I'm going to clip the tip off, start over. Ski slope nails usually every couple months because it starts to ramp up. I clip.
And will that actually push will you start to see the acrylic like over a couple months? Like let's say you cast it, and casting is just basically like like a cast on a broken arm. You're using acrylic to cast it to keep the proper shape.
Keep it tight.
Yeah. Will it over a couple months, it'll start to like push the acrylic?
Because you're starting to fill, right?
Oh,
and the fill, and as it grows out, the nail's growing out, and the acrylic's going to grow out the way the nail's growing out.
I got you.
So that's why you kind of have to clip it. Can you kind of start to train it? Yes. Will you fix it completely? No.
Have you seen anybody like actually have it totally fixed with where you didn't have to sort of deal with it over time, or there's no way around it. You just got to keep.
You're usually going to keep. Yeah.
Okay. But with acrylic, you can manage.
You can manage. You can help it. You can make it look just fine for a couple months, and then it might start taking that slope again on you, and you just clip it. That's why we teach that, the clip and the rebalance that way. That way it gets rid of it and you don't have to worry about it. For me, I usually was clipping my customers' nails because they were changing out from glitter to pink and white to whatever.
Right.
So I really never had to deal with it because I'm never going to keep a natural nail usually under my clients' nails anyway.
Got it. Nice. Next question is, what is the best chair for a nail technician, seeing that you are going to be sitting for a large part of the day? This is part of your job. What is the best chair, Trace? What did you like? What do you recommend? Tell us everything.
A comfortable one.
Okay. Good advice, a comfortable one. What about ergonomics?
Yeah. There's and everybody's different though. One of our mentors, she likes to sit on a ball, and that keeps and she really swears by it.
So keeps her core engaged.
It's Patty actually, and Melissa stood in. Melissa's going to kill me. Stood in for her clients, and she fell off of it. Sorry, Mel. Story time. So it really depends. I'm a shorter person, so the chair for me isn't going to, I had one of the girls in my salon, she was like almost 6 foot. I mean, we did not have the same kind of chair. She had a higher back. The lumbar was in a different place. She spent a lot of money on her chair.
Yeah.
Usually my chairs were around $200. So everybody has their own preference on what's going to be comfortable for you. I will say, when you can, just go sit in a bunch of chairs and don't be cheap about it.
You know, I spent when I'm at home. Well, let's see. Before, when I was doing an insane amount of like editing, and I was at home in a chair for God, hours and hours a day. I needed, even still, I do a lot of work in my office, and so I'm sitting there constantly. I found like an ergonomic chair, and I invested in it, and I will tell you this. It is one of the best investments that I've made.
We're sitting all day
long. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I'm like, even now, like when I go in there to work, but the thing is like, it is not only is it incredibly comfortable, but where the lumbar is, you can customize it and set it. It was not cheap. You know what I mean? But I would recommend, they have like these specialty stores that do, for specific types of chairs, you can customize them, I think.
That's cool.
Yeah. I think it was like Relax Your Back is one of them, I think.
So
I don't know if those
like
are
when they do the shoe and they customize the insole to fit you.
Yeah, like
that's
I think
really
New Balance does that. Exactly. So I think those are out there, but I would just do some research on ergonomic chairs and like start there.
Yeah.
Right?
For me, I've had chairs in the past that I didn't realize didn't go down far enough for me. And so I'm constantly trying to, keep because it swivels, and I threw my back out that way. So really sit and picture, because what we tend to do is go, oh, this chair is cute.
Yeah.
And we sit in for 2.2 seconds and the table the same, like, this is really cute. And it's like 2 inches too wide, and you're just going to throw everything out.
Well, that was kind of the next thing is like, I don't think we can just talk about a chair. You need to talk about the desk also, because if you get a chair that sits perfectly, but the desk is too high and you're like this and your elbows are up, you're going to mess yourself up. So the combination is really what you need, right?
Very important.
Yeah.
And guys, quit buying it because it's cute. You can find both. There's both out there.
Absolutely. Find the right height combination and put it to work, invest. Let us know in the comments below on any of these questions, your experiences. Please share thy knowledge. And Tracey, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you guys. And we'll see you next time on the Biz Talk.